Students of Reddit, what is your best school life hack? Your goal is to find the bathroom on campus that's used infrequently and find out when they clean it. When you find the perfect time and location. Don't tell anyone until you graduate. Never the old buildings because the toilet are from the 50s and browned with age. Never the newer building because they are too heavily used as they are presumed to be the cleaner ones. If your campus is 1950 present day, use the building built in the 90s. The 90s was a good decade for poop rooms. Edit, my highest comment is about poop. Solid. Browse the textbook before the lecture. Or at least skim the introduction and the section headings. It's a lot easier to remember information if you walk into the classroom with a little bit of context. See? I've always done that but had the most trouble with professors who just assign readings and then do their own thing. Make time to visit them during their office hours during the first month of the term. Sound them out on the things they consider key information to the course. This isn't an ethical and specific one, but it worked wonders. One of the vending machines at school accepted UGR cards as dollar bills. Edit, thanks for the gold, stranger. I turned off my phone for a small nap and come back to this. Edit 2. For those wondering. I found out from a friend. You can Google by file type. Using the syntax will often give you downloadable versions and save you hundreds of dollars. Plus being able to control +F a textbook is a lifesaver. This of course can be applied to any other file extension. Unfortunately, textbook dudes caught on and now require logon codes to complete homework, meaning you will spend $120 a semester to gain access anyways. Don't spend your school time on Reddit. Which is exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm not doing that right now. If you need to participate in group discussion but unsure about the material, ask intelligent questions instead of trying to answer what you don't get. It'll buy you time and you'll still be participating. See the professor during their office hours if you need extra help understanding something. No one comes to office hours and they're usually really happy to help. To add on to this, pay attention to how often other people are participating. If it's a high participation class, you'll probably want to contribute 3-4 times even if you don't know what's going on. Snatch up the easiest answers and ask a couple good questions and just sit. If participation is low, your teacher TA will be thrilled anytime someone says anything at all. Just ask like one question during class and you'll be fine. I had plenty of college discussion based classes where certain students literally never talked. At most it would be once or twice in an entire semester. And only because they were directly addressed. If you have lazy teachers, Google a direct quote from a worksheet or assignment and you can sometimes find teaching resources and answers online. At my school the teachers have their own website and can make different folders for resources. The teachers have the option of putting a link on their site so students can access it. So teacher can see all links and students can only see ones the teachers put on the public site. I looked up one of the assignments for my AP environmental class and found a link to my teacher's answer folder for all homework. I really lucked out there because I had no clue what I was doing in that class. Before exam, make a copy of all the material you have to know, but change it in the way you would explain it. It helps a lot to learn the subject. I found that explaining the concept out loud, even if it's to nobody, really helped me or made me realize what I still didn't know. In programming this is called rubber duck debugging. In the process of explaining the program lines in terms a rubber duck would understand, you will probably see where you screwed up. For all my fellow commuters out there, meal prep. You will save so much money by making some rice and chicken at home instead of buying some food every day. I used to buy Subway twice a week as I was at school for a long time of those days. I just started to do meal prep and I feel so much better about not spending that much money anymore. You've got to play the meter game. If you're lazy and unorganized like me, you won't have time to properly study for everything and complete every assignment. That's when you look at the grade distribution and start with the items that are worth the most. This is so important. Keep track of your points. The only way you know if you can skip a homework assignment or GOMA quiz if you've been carefully watching your grades so far. Do not leave things to be done just before the deadline. Do it ahead of time, if possible, so you avoid unnecessary stress. Helps me survive. Also, learn how to manage your time well. I hate it when professors actively prevent you from working at least a week ahead. Locked assignments are the bane of my existence. Don't pull an all-nighter. It'll be easier to get up early and continue the next day. Edit, I mean don't wait till the night before to start the project assignment. I mean if you still have 2-3 days till it's due, cut yourself off at 10-11. If you've waited till the night before, you've ducked yourself and do what you want. And sleep helps with knowledge retention. Find time to get some exercise in. All of that grab and go fast food catches up to you fast. I got fat as duck in college and have since lost all that weight. I wish I made time to at least squeeze in a 30-minute workout every other day. To add to this, a workout doesn't need to be led by a pro trainer. An hour long. At the gym. Once you get a membership or find a workout partner, etc., it can be enough just to walk around campus, the city, town for 30 minutes. Bonus points if you bring a podcast or audiobook with you. Engineering. Attend class and pay attention to the examples. That, and if you use AutoCAD PDF import, can be really useful. Treat it like a 9-5 job. You'll get so much work done and won't have any feeling of guilt during time off. If you want to use Wikipedia when writing an academic essay, just cite the sources that Wikipedia cites. Not only does it reduce your workload a lot, but it makes it look like you've done a ton of reading during your research, which your professor will be really impressed by. Unless everyone in your class is doing the same thing and coincidentally using the same sources. Throw yourself into the course. Network like a maniac. Help out on projects that are tied to professional businesses. Volunteer. Long gone are the days of being paid to start the best band in the world. You are paying for a service, so get the most out of it. Or don't go and get a job instead. Master that. Make cash money. Train and get qualifications. Or duck about with a minimum wage job. Do the festivals. Travel. Hike up mountains and camp under the stars. Join the greatest band in the world or learn to paint. Do something while you learn what you really want to do. Mostly, wear sunscreen. If you're nervous about presenting something or speaking out loud because you're forced to, just know that the majority of students around you feel the same way as you, if not worse. That always helped me get over the fear of talking out loud. Wikipedia not working? Type 0 in front of the W and hit enter. Now you have Wiki 0. All Wikipedia format. Just on a different site. As someone who just graduated college, do yourself a favor and actually go to class. You're paying for the chair, if you're in the US, and there is research on a correlation between greater absences equals greater likelihood to fail a course. I know you hate the class, but go. I might literally be begging. Say you have an 8-page paper due, but you've only written about 7 pages. Use the find and replace function in your word processor to replace all periods with slightly larger ones. So if your paper specifies 12 pt font, change the periods to 14 pt. This will likely get you to your 8 pages, and is very hard to detect in a hard copy. Pro tip: do not use this trick if your papers are submitted electronically. Your teacher can much more easily spot the change and then you're busted. If the teacher doesn't arrive for 15 minutes, then you can just leave. Pro tip: you can actually leave whenever you want to and don't really have to go to class at all if you don't want to. Record lectures on your phone and listen to them while studying for tests. So many times in lectures you get so caught up in taking notes that you completely miss things the professor says. I've picked up on so many things that I totally missed in the notes but heard the professor say it in the recording. Also takes pressure off you to take crazy fast notes. Coordinate with your friends to make pack up noises 10 minutes before the end of class. If you get enough people to do it, you'll reach critical mass. Everyone will start packing up and you'll get out of class 10 minutes early. Edit, lighten up folks. I'm not suggesting everyone do this all the time every time. You're there to learn. Don't want to go to class? Don't go. But that one special occasion where everyone wants to get out a few minutes early for some special event? Have at it. Former student here. Since leaving school I've looked back and realized that the best, most useful hack that I never utilized is work hard. Study. And take it seriously. Even if you don't go to college. Learn a trade. Set your future self up for success. Go to the same school and have the same teachers as your perfect brother and perfect sister. You will skate by and get special treatment. And leave high school with a false sense of entitlement and ability. Is it true that legacy have a higher chance of getting into the same college? Pretty much always. Yes. The pricier the college, the more obviously this is the case. At an Ivy League school, being a family member or relative of alumni, especially if they went on to be notable, and especially if they contributed financially to the school, makes all the difference for an applying student. Sleep more than you study. Study more than you socialize. Socialize as much as possible. Read this on Reddit actually, but I can't remember the source. Consolidate each syllabus into a single calendar. I am lazy and I suck at working ahead. 1 hour up front saved my ass so many times. You probably have 3 exams on the same day during week 8. Figure that shit out now. Also, read your textbook before class. It will lead to less time studying overall and better grades. The lazy woman reads the chapter before class. It is wisdom, not smarts. You will understand more and have questions in class. Try and cook a meal a day. Or like cook once for lunch for the next 3 days. It saves so much money plus is a great way to feel productive when you don't feel like studying. It's not that hard as well. Cooking is mostly waiting for water to boil, that's all.